up? We're so back. Don't be sour. New
What's
episode. The boys. It's been 3 weeks again.
Here we go. Here's a good one.
Oh yeah, don't fuck it up. Are you a half opener or a full? Do you go to the tab?
Full.
Yeah, you gotta do the full. I just want to say, excited that the boys are back. I dressed up because I take this very professionally. Joe and Christian look like slobs.
Are we live?
Yeah, you're live.
I told you I'm texting.
Put your mic in the front. What crazy things will Joe say today to get himself canceled?
I didn't. The one thing that people got mad about, I didn't even register that would be a bad thing to.
Joe's a free spirit. He speaks his mind.
Let's just explain. People got mad about what in the
Dude,
last
not
podcast?
people. All right, some like fucking.
What?
It wasn't the masses. All right, it was like
your
some
headphones on.
purple-haired girls that got upset.
What did
It's
you
fine.
say?
It's all right.
Here we go.
I think people.
I think people hear it wrong. I think people just make shit up. Honestly,
So
I
in
didn't
the last
say anything
podcast,
bad.
we were talking about.
We were talking about people that try to be YouTubers that shouldn't be YouTubers, and I said the like Gabby Petito thing. I was like, yeah, she was really bad at being a YouTuber, and she was really annoying towards
She
the
made
guy.
one video.
Dude,
I watched
crazy.
the documentary.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't know
I
all the
assumed
details.
she would have like 100
All
YouTube
I
videos.
was saying.
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
one.
No. I think one that went like viral.
One.
So what was
video.
all that footage for?
That was from the one video.
Right.
And then they had her camera and stuff.
I think people took it out of context. I think people were saying like, oh, she deserved it. Obviously, I was not saying that. I was saying that Homeboy was definitely psychotic. And then you put him in a van with this girl. And then the whole time she's in the van, she's like, babe, put that down. We got to reshoot this. Don't do that. You're being stupid. Do this. She's very bossy towards him and very like nitpicky. I can see how he snapped.
Shut up.
I'm now he's a serial killer or whatever. So that's different, right? I'm just saying I would snap. I wouldn't kill somebody, but I would
I can
snap.
understand why Joe would get canceled.
No, that's not what I'm. Okay, I think people took it as like, oh my god, he's victim blaming. Like, no, I'm just saying if you lock me in a van with a girl that's trying to be a YouTuber that consistently is yelling at me and shit, like, I would just leave the van. I wouldn't kill them, but
It
I
was
get
so
it.
strange how the police were like, all right, we're going to separate you two and we're going to put the guy, we're going to give you a hotel room or put the guy in a hotel room. The girl, Gabby, you just stay in the van.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, what? Like, and then
Well, she was the
aggressor.
Yeah, but that's still a weird situation.
It's 2025, bro. Things are weird.
He tried to say that she like tripped and fell. That was his note. I think his note said that she like tripped and hit her head on a rock and he didn't know what to do and he tried to carry her and like that's why he like left her. There was a story. He had like a story on what happened.
No. When they found her body,
Yeah.
they said that she like hurt her leg and then she was screaming so bad that he put her out of her misery by strangling her.
Oh.
But then when they did the autopsy, they realized she had no damage to the rest of her body at all.
Turns out you can't trust a killer.
She just got strangled.
Yeah. And left her body there for like 13 days.
Yeah.
But then his body they found and
Then his parents find it.
it was just like his bones. Yeah. The parents didn't help look for their son until like 10 or 30 days, 35 days into the search. And then the day that they start searching, they find his remains.
The parents are in on it.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
No.
Coincidence?
No. And it was just bones?
Bones. But they think like, oh, the animals maybe got to him.
Nah, they used some chemicals.
I don't know.
Some shit. They clean
Well,
meat
all
off
right.
the bones.
Anyways.
I don't know.
There's a lot of animals out there.
Hey, speaking of animals, Christian, if you could have the option between being the top bodybuilder in your class or having mad cow disease, which one would you choose?
Top bodybuilder.
Oh, thank God. I was worried you were going to choose mad cow disease. Bro, what?
That was weird.
Was that like a?
If
What
you
was
were
that?
stranded on a desert island, but you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
No.
I know I would. Man, I'd lather myself up and
What's happening
relish.
right now?
I'd wash it down with a tall, cool Budweiser. Hey, what's your favorite planet? Mine's the
Is this
sun.
from a movie?
I don't know what's
I'm
happening.
not getting this reference at all. What's happening right now?
All right, thanks for tuning in. Next time we are going to get renowned scientist Albert Einstein. What's that? Turns out he's been dead for over 100 years. We're going to try to get him anyway.
Is that a movie?
This is why. This is why I'm. This is why I'm cultured. Okay, I'm up to date with stuff.
Let us know, what is it?
Harry Carey here.
Who the hell's Harry Carey?
Okay, y'all are.
All
First
right.
of all, he's a sports announcer. Cubs win.
No clue what's happening.
Y'all aren't into sports like me. I've been practicing 2 weeks in a row now. On Wednesday I've been practicing golf.
Let me know when you're ready to lose.
I go to the range, which apparently they're investing millions of dollars into Quail Valley.
You're leaving, so.
I think I'm getting better at golf. I'm hitting.
We'll find out.
I'm hitting the tee. I'm hitting the ball consistently.
You were driving very well last time we played. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Everything after the drive, shit. But the drive, pretty good.
I think I'm gonna get lessons. I think I'm gonna stop practicing, go get lessons. Because I'm looking at my form and it's not good. It's not bad, but it's not.
You can fix it yourself. You don't need it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could say that about.
Pussy. Getting lessons.
I don't think getting lessons is.
Look
a
at
bitch
Christian
move.
with basketball. He didn't get the lessons.
And he's still
I'm
ass.
still
he's pretty,
terrible.
I feel like you're pretty good now.
I'm decent.
Yeah, he's like practicing.
Here's an analogy. Christian has like top tier genetics, been working out for 25 years, but still gets a coach to tell him what chicken to eat and like tell him how to do his bicep curls.
That is true.
All right.
Pussy.
That's a good. That's a touche.
Let's see. Big update. I have just finished season 4 of Yellowstone, and I am hooked.
I have not finished season 4.
I don't know what
I'm on
season I'm
season
on.
4.
Oh, really? Ending of season 3, crazy. Ending of season 4, you're like, okay.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Don't.
Well, just tell me if what happens is 4. I saw someone get shot
what?
on the side of the road.
What?
Is that 4?
That's 3.
Okay, so that's the last thing I saw. End of 3 is the last thing I saw.
That's end of 3.
End of
Yeah, I
3
haven't
goes
seen 4 at
crazy.
all then, yeah.
You know, the Yellowstone actors, the guy with the long hair, like the main character,
Casey?
the guy with the black hair, the lawyer guy, right?
Jamie.
Yep, Jamie.
I know their
and
names.
Hillary. Remember Lizzie McGuire?
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Hillary Duff's brother in the show, Matt. Remember the kid, spiky hair kid, Max or Matt or something? It was like her little brother in the show, Lizzie McGuire.
Oh,
It was a
okay,
big deal.
okay.
Anyway, them 3 randomly show up to Alfland.
Lizzie McGuire was at Alfland?
No, her brother in the show.
Oh.
But then the 2 Yellowstone guys. And they're like, yeah.
Wait, Casey was at Alfland?
and Jamie.
What?
When?
Like 2 years ago. I literally took
Max
so many.
is a full-blown
I
like,
took
fucking
so
fan
many
now.
photos. I didn't watch the show at that point.
You have photos with him?
Yeah. And we have photos like in front of the Alfland sign, like doing like letters or something.
YMCA?
I don't know what we were spelling, but we spelled something. And I gave them a whole tour. They're super cool guys.
What?
Yeah. They're shorter than you think they are. And the Jamie, way younger than you think he is from the show. In the show, they make him look, they like put gray hair and make him look like 40.
Yeah.
He's like in his 20s. They
No,
make, they,
no,
I,
he's not.
I-
He's
okay,
definitely not.
early 30s.
He's
Maybe.
not.
I swear on my life, they make him look so much older in the show. And then Casey looks so much like taller in the show.
What?
He's like 5'8", 5'9". Cool guy though.
Dang, my favorite character, I think it's between John Dutton and Rip.
Rip.
Yeah, Rip's pretty cool.
Rip's, he was here for something.
Rip was here
He's
too?
for like the rodeo and stuff. He's always in Houston. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, was he at Alphaland too?
Yeah. It's crazy though. It's like all these people are just like country people now, but I don't think any of them were. Like now, like Rip as an actor is like the like country badass guy, but like he's in fucking Too Fast, Too Furious as like a Cuban drug dealer.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, like-
Casey's not country at all.
Yeah, no, neither's Rip, but everyone's like, you see him at the rodeo in Houston wearing his cowboy hat, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's fucking, but it's not, he's not. It's like,
My mom bought me a cowboy hat for my birthday. First one.
nice.
Black.
You
Like,
wear
you
it?
just got it?
You just got it, yeah.
Where are you going to wear it?
I think at the new house when I'm working on the yard.
We're talking about new house for my cowboy hat.
Wait, why didn't you should have worn it here, bro?
No, but it's not. Yeah, I could have, I guess. I'm wearing a hat.
We should wear next podcast. Everyone
All
should
wear a hat.
Speaking of cowboy hats, yesterday I put little like mounts on this back wall in our closet, and we have 4 cowboy hats hanging on our wall now. I look like a real country home.
I need to get boots. My brother stole my boots, cowboy boots.
You got to get the ones. When I went to get boots, I wanted to get like the really, really pointy ones. Taylor said you don't get
I like
that.
those are the
square.
cartel boots.
That's what she
I like
said.
the
Yeah.
square tip.
I don't like the square
No.
tip.
Yeah,
If you
cartel's
get-
the pointy.
I wanted white leather,
It's definitely some fucking cartel
super pointy with like metal on the edge of the tip,
Bro,
maybe a rattlesnake.
At your wedding, I have these YSL ones with my suit, and they're like super pointy, super big kind of heel. Definitely look like cartel ones.
shit. Cowboy boots?
Yeah, they're like leather boots.
But cowboy boots or just leather boots?
I mean, it's like a YSL cowboy
White
boot.
cowboy boots is just straight new boot goofing.
I'm just
That's
new
literally.
But I didn't know there's so many rules with being a cowboy. Like with the cowboy hat, you can't put the cowboy hat on your bed face top down with like the opening, or how you put it on your head. You can't put it like that on the bed, apparently. And apparently a real cowboy doesn't wear the hat maybe it's a Texas thing. You don't wear it in the truck while
I
you're
told you
driving.
that. Literally last podcast.
Yeah, Joe did say that.
You got to put it on your dash.
Yes, that's why when you see him.
I've heard this before.
I think there's like
Joe says a lot of shit I don't listen to.
Yeah, there's rules, there's conditions. I think if you're working in the field and then you got to like drive your truck real quick down like 20 feet, you keep it on. But if you're like going long distance, I don't think you're.
What about 30 feet?
See, I don't know. I don't know where it is because I've seen cowboys, like actual cowboys that are like working on the ranch with like driving their truck with a cowboy hat on. But I think they're just got in it to move like.
It's the unwritten rule.
But if you're driving
road.
from Laredo to San Antone, you got to take the hat off and put it in the dash.
And that nice matte white Raptor looks great.
Yeah, that's the least cowboy truck you could possibly.
I haven't
have.
seen
It
the
sucks
truck.
at farm work. It can't tow.
You did
You're
that
not
quick.
a cowboy.
I haven't seen I only saw the truck when you first bought it when we did a pod, and now this is the second time seeing it.
Yeah, now we
And
have.
it's done, right?
Now the Raptor R has been wrapped by
Love
this
it.
place.
Satin white.
Shout out to Window Tinting in Houston. Max hooked me up with that.
Is it satin white?
It's matte. It's PPF stealth, so it's
satin.
matte.
So it's not the
satin.
same-
It's not satin.
Yeah,
Not
it's
the same
not
as
satin.
It's not matte.
It's matte.
I did satin white.
Stealth
before.
PPF is satin. It's not matte.
You're a towel.
You're an idiot.
So is it like the white Ferrari that I did, the satin white 458?
Yes, but it's a clear film over the top of the paint. You're seeing his
Mine
paint.
looked
It's
more
just satin.
pure white. His is more like
because yours was an actual wrap. Yours is like a big sticker. His is just clear film
First
on
of
top
all,
of
it's
the
a
paint.
film. Got
First
it.
of all, it's space white,
Got it.
which is
Space white metallic.
earth gray. Got a front bumper on there. I
Pain in the ass. My hands are still messed up.
listen. I think I'm right at the turning the inflection point of accepting the gas mileage and just enjoying driving it. I'm in love with the truck. Like
great.
It's to the point where like every time I park it, I like look back at it. I'm like, oh, that's a fucking sick truck. And everywhere I go, I'm not even kidding. I'd probably say 3 to 4 times a week, whether I'm in a parking lot driving, I'll get people giving me a thumbs up, or like they'll literally just like yesterday I went to Walmart to get some turkey last night. Walked out the parking lot, I'm like driving, the windows down, the guy's like, nice truck. I get complimented on the truck frequently.
Sick truck.
It is a sick truck.
Gas
Still-
mileage is. People think I'm overreacting, but like it is atrocious.
It is
Like 10?
Dude,
Terrible.
I mean, you don't
Yeah.
know how far this is, but I filled my truck up 2 days ago, drove to the Woodlands yesterday, drove home, and I'm empty. Like the Woodlands and like the airport and back, I'm empty.
yeah.
Wow.
No,
I
it's
get like 300 miles in the tank. And it's a 32-gallon tank. So $150 for 300 miles.
it's god awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
really
Absolutely
bad.
terrible.
I'm loving the Tesla.
Are you?
Yeah.
Big Elon guy?
Big
Are you worried it might get vandalized?
Yeah.
Are you worried where you're parking?
Have you
it now?
gotten yelled at or
Have
anything drawn
I think
on
we're
your
in
car?
Texas, dude. In Texas, people aren't fucking around. In Austin, they are. Pussies.
So people
Look,
are
no one in
drawing
Texas is.
people are drawing like swastikas, and like I saw a video of a guy trying to throw up on one, but he ended up throwing up on his hand, and like people are keying Teslas and like setting fire to them.
Yeah, no one realized that Teslas record everything. So all
Oh,
these
yeah.
people are like doing it all sneaky, and it's like their face is
Oh,
right.
I know.
I don't understand what y'all are doing.
And then Trump said that any like attacks to Tesla vehicles or dealerships are like a did he say like a
Domestic terrorism.
yeah.
wow.
I mean, people are like setting them on fire.
These people are real dumb. I saw a meme the other day. There was like someone had a Cybertruck and they put a big badge on the back that said Toyota, and it was like, "Don't worry, like the people that are fucking with these cars are so dumb they'll never realize." And it's like they're probably right.
I
They're
think
not smart individuals.
It's just like in Yellowstone. There's a difference of like I'm like protesting my view and committing crimes and damaging property. Like
Yeah.
there's like a difference.
Well, that's what everyone I keep seeing on social media. It's like, well, y'all boycotted Budweiser. It's like, yeah, we didn't buy it. Like all the country fucks were like, we're not going to buy Budweiser for a while. The liberals were like, let's burn dealerships down and fucking try to kill people that own Teslas. It's not the same fucking thing.
How are we feeling about the
Here we go.
Yeah, let's
Here we go.
Let's start off spicy. Let's start because I know Joe's just his head's
I'm not.
heating up.
I'm good.
We have to get the deficit down. Period.
Okay, well, let's split this up. How do you feel about Doge and Elon? 'Cause I feel like they're disconnected at this point. Like Trump's allowing him to do it, but they're not really the same.
Wait, but before we start, I'm actually maybe because I'm so invested in the stock market now.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to watch like
There
when
you
he
go.
when he speaks,
Yeah.
especially when Powell speaks. But like when Trump goes on there talk about stuff like the tariff talk, I'm gonna watch. I'm watching it.
Okay, how do we feel about Doge?
It's a very big question.
No, it's not.
I think
I don't know enough
it's
about it.
transparent. It's good.
I don't think anyone. It's a very hard argument to say you're not for government.
We have
cutting.
to cut money.
Oh, right.
We
That's
have
when
to
they're
cut
like,
If you don't
extra
like
spend.
Doge, then you're arguing that you like wasting money and very convoluted systems to do shit that we don't need.
it was ridiculous when like Trump is like saying all these like how much he found out. They're like, we were spending this on like rats or some ridiculous thing. And I was like, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, like the computer systems and stuff. You see that? How like everything's just
mine.
so outdated. The mine with the
There's a mine in
retirement-
Pennsylvania with
retirement
It's
paperwork.
insane.
What?
So
Nothing is digital. It's all like literally from 1955, like physical cabinet, drawers with
Y'all
paper
have
vanilla
to-
folders, and everything is like you could only process 8,000 a
Yeah.
day. Super manual.
What is it?
y'all have to look into it because I don't know exactly, but I'll just repeat what I was told or heard.
That's
So
all you do
basically,
anyway.
yeah. So basically, I guess the whole thing was we're gonna retire all these employees, government employees, right? At first with Doge, it was like if you don't come in, you're fired and all that. And then apparently it was brought up to them that like, hey, we can only retire like 8,000 a month, so we can't have all these people retire at the same time because we can only process 8,000 a month. And I guess when they were like, why is that?
Can
Like,
you
why
only
can
process 8,000 a month?
Yeah, then it turns out that there's a fucking mine shaft in Pennsylvania where every government employee's retirement paperwork is and has been since like 1950 something when they first started
mine
it.
shaft?
Yeah, it's literally a mine with like giant file cabinets with every doc, and they do it by hand with paperwork. So they can only process like 8,000 on a good month because only so many people can get down there and stuff. And I guess Elon's kind of like, what? Why? I'm like,
There's a thing
why do we
called
have
First, we
computers.
send our little bird down there to make sure.
it's the most backward shit, and it's like that's millions of dollars just for why? Why don't we just put it in a computer?
Yeah, I'm honestly excited because I feel like in 3 to 5 years, I think we're gonna feel the effects of so many things being like automated.
Yeah.
That we're just gonna like, especially from now, like even going to whatever, get your driver's license, but like all those little things that are like involving government will just be super. I think way, snap of the fingers. Like, oh, this is how it should have been. You know what I mean? Way more digital, just like fast, effective, and not just like anything government related right now, just slow. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
there's so much things that don't make sense. I had to pay like property tax for I had to pay like an overdraft on like a property tax, and they were like, yeah, you can't pay it online or over the phone. You need to mail us a check. And I go, why?
Yeah,
like
all that little
what?
shit. I feel like eventually all that's going to get like checked off the list. And
Yeah,
become
I
more
don't think they're
efficient.
going deep enough, honestly. Like my actual opinion is like, I appreciate that they're like, hey, we found. I think the latest thing was like the survey that the U.S. paid $800 million for like a 10-question survey. It was some asinine thing that was like the stupidest thing ever.
Isn't one of the big points from the opposite side though, like how come we're cutting funds and stuff, but why are you not looking at the military and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Haven't we only
which
cut,
I
like,
think
a
they,
small
I think they
piece
are
of the
going to,
military?
but also like the U.S. is only where it is because of the military. So if we had to cut shit, I would cut everything else first because like we're the most feared country in the world because of our military.
Am I right that that's like the number one point? That
Yeah,
they
well, there's two
are saying?
things, but
What's
what
the
I was
other
saying
one?
is I don't think they're going deep enough. So I'm like, when they find this stuff, like right now they're like, hey, we cut. What?
Scoot over a little bit,
Bro,
because if you're going to
you
turn your
need
head,
a different couch, bro.
Yeah.
I can't sit on
We need
this shit.
3 of those
I'm
chairs.
sorry,
Literally?
what?
This couch, I feel like I'm slumped down.
Yeah, I had to
all
get
the
rid of the
time.
pillow.
Like,
The pillow slides.
There you go.
Yeah, but I want a chair.
I would like a chair too. I have one
I would
more.
love a chair.
All right, at the new studio in
Yeah.
2 years when it's done at my house,
3 years.
we're gonna build a new. I could build
Definitely
a,
3.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back what I was saying. I don't think they're going deep enough. Where it's like when they find this shit, I think they should like, okay, now do an audit on who said okay on this. Look at their bank account. Like go through a full audit of everyone involved. Because I'm like, they're like, hey, we spent $1 billion on this survey and we found it. But then they're just like, we saved it, we stopped the payments. Okay, well, who did the payments go to? Who okayed this? Who signed off on it? I think we should be like investigating everybody in the chain to see where the fuck did the money go. It obviously doesn't cost $1 billion to do a survey, so someone padded their pockets, but
It's like Alfleet 2023. I'm like, what happened?
yeah, I think we should go deeper with this shit. I mean, I appreciate they're like stopping the payments, but I think they should start investigating like where did the payments go? Who okayed the fucking payments? Yeah, I don't know.
So Doge we like.
I'm all for the Doge thing. I think
Why did I see something that said that Elon might get kicked out of Doge? Is
he's
that
not getting kicked out. So initially he signed on. I think it's like
It's
a
a
160
temporary,
day
yeah.
charter for him to be a special government employee. So the question now is like at the end of that 160, is he done or is he going to like re-sign for another? I think that's what the whole thing was.
okay?
But
I think as long as it hit the trillion, then he'll probably like take a
yeah,
step back.
I think government employees and like people that depend on government employment and stuff, that's who's like so against it. But they're also like, these are people that have no personal accountability ever. That's what happens with, I mean, y'all are, you've kind of gone corporate and you've recently been acquired by a very corporate company. Like, you know exactly what it is, where like a process that used to be 10 seconds,
Yep.
all of a sudden is there's 5 people down the chain. And if something goes wrong, you have to report it to this HR person. They do an investigation that takes 2 weeks.
Yep.
I think the people that are arguing against Doge are the people that are like, well, use the system the way it's meant to be done. It's like the system exists because no one wants personal accountability. They want it to, oh, we're spending $1 billion on this. Well, let's investigate it for 2 years. $2 more billion goes out over the 2 years. No one's ever held accountability. Like it's just this like, oh, we built systems to protect all this fucking corruption.
What do we think about the potential, what they say, like $5,000 refund check? Is that essentially a stimmy?
It's not a stimmy because a stimmy was a government printed money and gave it to us. This is government money they saved. They're just redistributing it. It's government. We paid into the government with our taxes.
Is that Trump being a nice guy, or is it a tactic?
I think both, right? If the government
Just everyone
I
gets
feel like
5,000.
that. I feel like that was like actually a suggestion from Elon, like a joke, like, oh, we could give it back to the people. And
Well, I think they kind of should.
Yeah, I think they kind of picked up on.
I mean,
Trump.
you pay taxes every year.
Here you go. If you think there was a vote
Yeah.
in America, and it said the winners of this vote it'll decide what happens. It's gonna be a 50-50.
Yeah.
We can either take this money and put it towards the U.S. debt, or we can give everyone $5,000.
Oh,
We
everyone's
should vote for the debt. If you're
Christian,
smart.
everyone's 5K.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They'd be like, "Fuck the debt."
But
Give me
like,
that bumper.
we do need to pay the debt down.
Okay. Next up, Christian, how do you feel about?
I'm proud of you for keeping up with this stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
A round of applause, a little bit.
yeah, but people are just gonna get mad at me. But really, it's just now because now all the decisions are fucking up the stock market.
I haven't checked my stock market in the last 6 months.
Good.
Yeah, don't
Keep
wanna
it that
look.
way. Don't look at it, Christian.
I know I was real up like 6 months ago.
No, that's not the only reason. I kind of joke it. It is like it's like now I'm just starting to be like, oh, like all these I'm almost like coming in during this like all these changes, so I'm starting to like try to like understand more of like actually what's happening in the world. It's this new thing I'm trying to do where I'm trying to grow up. What do you think about what Trump has been doing so far?
About like how fast he's doing it?
Or just like so far, like the tariffs and everything. Do you think the tariffs are good?
I think it's a play. I think it's gonna.
You think it's a chess move?
I think it's a chess move. Yeah.
So you don't think he actually wants to?
I don't think it's gonna stay forever. I hope it doesn't stay forever.
Because I'm sure like when Trump was like, what if we charge 20% tariffs? Like
my
the only thing
is,
ever like
my
we're just
thing
gonna
is
raise our price.
anytime there's a huge underlying issue, like in order to kind of reset things onto a different path, you're gonna have to make some crazy, like really big changes to like try to get us to move in a different direction. So I get like just trying to make more jobs in America, right? Like that's literally we make our own jobs here. That's like, and it just sucks that, yeah, with that statement, that would be this like amazing, great thing for the economy. But then on the other side, it's like, well, fuck, how long are we gonna have to go through this like high tariffs and all this kind of stuff? And like we are paying all that. I'm paying more for my clothes, for example, than ever.
To the other countries, you think that they took our jobs?
They took our jobs.
They took our jobs.
They did take our jobs.
I mean, yeah, but they didn't like take. It's just like
No,
that's how
we
the
gave it
system
to
has
them.
worked. Yeah, that's how it's been
Previous
working.
presidents and shit.
People
pawned it
say
off.
that Trump is doing all of this
I just know
stuff.
I can't make a lot of my clothes here in the U.S. Period.
Yeah.
because
Yet.
the price would literally be 2 to 3x. So
People say that Trump is like doing all this stuff to force the Fed to lower interest rates. Like he's basically saying that like he needs to essentially the economy's not doing right. The economy, when I say economy, I mean the stock market, not doing too hot right now.
No, it is.
No, it's not. Is it?
What?
Bro, the Dow's still at almost 40,000. I mean, a lot of people, I love how people are like, oh my God, it's so bad. And like, we're still up 10,000 points over the last 5 years since COVID. I mean, the stock market is still at almost its all-time high right now.
Yeah, it's right when
I don't think that's a good indicator for the market as a whole. I do think that like the U.S. average person is not having a great time right now.
Will we have a
But-
recession this year?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think there's one coming. I don't think it's going to be this year.
I don't think. I feel like you can only like it's almost like a meme. Like it's like all the reporters are basically asking Trump, like, "Hey, Trump, like the stock market went down like 2% today again. Like, what do you think?" He'd be like, "That happened today." I didn't see it. I feel like
I mean, it'll come back. That should be the answer.
That's what he's essentially saying, where he's just like, hey, let me do some stuff. It'll come back. But I guess it's easier for those kind of people versus maybe people who are in retirement and their portfolio's gone down 6% and they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. But I mean, the stonks do this a lot.
You got to look at it, and I don't know if he's a man of his word. I guess that's the problem, right? With Trump, like you don't really know if he means what he says or if he's just saying it. So if he means what he says, he wants to make America great again. He wants to make us a manufacturing powerhouse again and stop being so reliant on other countries. So by that logic, the tariffs are here to stay, because the only way you're going to force people to come into the U.S. is to make the tariffs. They're not going away. So at some point, you're going to say, fuck it, let's make our own clothing company, or we're going to find something in the U.S. because I can't do this anymore. But you're talking years of pain for that. Or he's just bluffing, and as soon as China says, hey, okay, we're going to play ball, then he takes all the tariffs off. I don't know which one he's doing. He's claiming he wants to make the country great and we're going to bring manufacturing back and stuff. The only way to do that is to keep the tariffs up.
Yeah.
And that fucks the economy a little bit. But he's right. I mean, if you do it long enough that it makes these companies,
if you
Porsche
do it
is talking
long
about
enough.
making a factory in the U.S. now because they're having issues. BMW, all these car manufacturers have production facilities in the U.S. They just typically only make like one of their models there. Now they're all talking about, okay, how do we make more models there? It will work. If you keep the tariffs up long enough, everyone will move manufacturing to the U.S. It's just what happens in that year or two where we're in that limbo.
More than that.
5 years?
I mean, I don't know. Again, it's like, if he's bluffing, then yeah, I feel like a month from now, eventually the countries are going to cave, or we're going to cave, and tariffs come off and everything goes back to how it was. But he's very like, we need to bring it back.
Do you think Trump and the government would allow, because they're like predicting the future of like this will be better in the long term, but like, do you think they will continue to like, would they tank the stock market? Let's say like, would they let the stock market go like 25% down? Or would they be like, we're not going to let like essentially like that's mildly going into like
that's a good question.
depression mode.
You also got to look at,
I mean, if you go like
average,
people like 25 to 50, like
how long do you think you'll like?
Yeah, but look at like the average. I don't know the figures, but like the average American is much different than our logic and our views, right? Like I bet the average American doesn't have a 401k, or if they do, it's not very big. That 6%, they don't probably even give a shit. They're more worried about groceries and the price of goods and shit than they do. Like we're looking like, oh my God, stock market's down. Trump fucking sucks. But like most Trump voters don't give two shits about the stock market. They have no money in the market. It doesn't matter to them. They're more worried about fucking groceries and gas.
I disagree. I think
if you look up right now, the average American's 401k, you'd be fucking shocked.
Yeah, but when I say the economy,
the average American is
and
not in the stock market.
When I say the stock market, I'm talking about
average American's like $7,000 in savings.
Yeah.
It's a lot lower than you think it is. It's not. Most Americans
is it even
are not
that high.
I'm saying most Americans aren't like, I got $100,000 in Robinhood. Oh my God, I'm losing money. Like they don't. It's not on their radar. It's how do I feed my kids tonight and get to school.
What do you think the combat? Do you think
it's just stressful?
Do you think it's a long play of like, okay, if I do tariffs, it's going to increase the pricing. Like the companies aren't just going to eat that cost. They're just going to raise their prices, and that's just inflation, and it like raises the prices, and it's going to take X amount of years for domestic manufacturing to actually happen. And there's a chance that like by the time that actually happens, like Trump won't even be in office.
Yeah, it all gets like reverted.
Yeah, I mean, so like
my biggest thing is like I just hope. I mean, if we're making this huge shift, yeah, like I hope in 3.5 years everything just doesn't unwind fully, and then we're just oh shit, that was a waste of 4 years.
Yeah, the average
but
American
that will happen.
Average American household with 2 incomes, savings across all accounts, including 401ks, is about $50,000. That's everything between 2 incomes for the whole family.
Yeah,
those people aren't noticing a 6% dip in the stock market. The money's not in the stock market.
I feel like I want to retract. I feel like a lot of my comments earlier came off maybe a little insensitive when I'm talking about like how I'm more interested because it's affecting my money and stuff. But I look at it as like when I say the stock market, I mean the stock market is a representation of the economy as a whole, right? So it's not just people losing money for their money that they don't need, right? But it does affect people who are in retirement, right? So it's like if you
Are you in retirement technically?
He's old enough.
I can do whatever I want.
You are
bro.
in retirement, aren't you?
Damn,
bro,
he's not getting fucking Social Security and shit.
But I'm saying like it does affect the people that they are going to retirement, and you're like, oh, this little 5% dip. The market was up 20% last year. Like, okay, I get that. But if the market takes a 30-40% dip, people who have copious amounts of extra cash or just investing to make more money that they don't need, they'll ride it out and like they're going to be fine. But if people who are in retirement and we're like putting it in the safe market and they're relying on the dividends and the interest payments from these like vessels, if their retirement account goes down 30%, 40% on because they're trying to do like a longevity play, those people don't have time to their advantage. So it does affect them in the short term. So it's like, that's great that in, X amount of time, but that's why people are stressed about just like the stock market going down a couple of points.
I guess the easiest way to look at it is like, first off, CNN hates Trump probably more than anybody. I looked this morning because I was curious. Trump's approval rating right now, the average American, a CNN poll was 45%. That's much higher than Biden's was for the last 3 years of his term. That's higher than Trump was the first time around. And that was as of, I think, this morning or yesterday. So even with all the tariffs and stock market tanking stuff, Trump is more popular with Americans right now than he's ever been before, or at least at the same level. So it's not changing his favorability. A lot of people still like the guy. So
I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Joe, what do you think about the new Snow White movie?
I ain't seen that shit, dude. I'm happy that
It got
everyone unanimously hates it. So
It
it's
got
good,
a
yeah.
1.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah.
With the marketing budget, they're close to $1 billion spend, or half a billion. It's like 480, 490 with the marketing
Okay,
spend.
this should show all the people that are like, woke doesn't exist, DEI is not a thing, we don't care, should really look at the fact that like Disney, when they launched it, all the reviews from the critics are wonderful. If you look at all of the reviews before the movie came out, all of them are praising it. Best movie ever made, so revolutionary, such a fucking amazing movie. And then it came out and it's fucking... And that should just go to show that like if you don't think that like the woke mindset and shit's real, no, it is. Because somebody was either paying these people or they're like have their heads so far up their asses. I'm like, how is it possible that critics watched this movie 3 months ago and said it was the best movie they've ever seen and then gets a 1.2 on fucking IMDb?
My problem is I don't like super dive into the whole like wokeness.
No, that's
I
why
just don't
that's
like
why
her
it failed.
attitude in those interviews.
Right.
Well, I think
Period.
just the movie itself just sucked.
Yeah, but like, have you seen those interviews where she's
No,
just
no,
like,
I know, but I don't think
so
that's why the
cocky?
movie's doing bad.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
the movie's
I
doing
just
bad
don't- I
because
don't
it's
like
just
her.
a bad movie.
I don't like her.
Well, I
The
definitely
dwarves
think...
are terrifying.
Well, the doors, I don't know why. I agree with what people are saying. They're like, you literally could have like had like huge roles for people.
No, it was a fucking Lannister dude.
Did he...
Peter Dinklage.
He screwed
Peter
it up?
Dinklage went when they first announced, bro, this movie's been in the news for like 3 years. Like this has been going on a long time. Peter Dinklage was on a podcast and was saying how it was like, oh, like Disney wants to say they're so progressive and moving forward, but you're going to hire a bunch of midgets to play like, the dwarves in the movie. Like that's not moving forward at all. And then Disney actually rewrote it to go to CGI, and a bunch of little people were pissed
he's
off.
saying that, yeah, because
He was saying
that's
it's like
a good
so
job. It
anti-
could
yeah.
be, it could be
He
the
was going
next
the other
thing.
way.
That's
He was
what I
saying
said.
that.
Yeah.
What
I
the
know.
fuck?
He was saying the opposite.
They didn't use actual people.
Hey,
It's-
I made this huge career.
I know.
Like in Game of Thrones, no one
Well,
else.
no, I mean he was famous before that, but
But you know what I mean? Like
he was basically
should be
saying
encouraging them
he was
to
saying
get
that we're
jobs.
moving backwards, not forwards, by only giving little people. I think he was more saying that like it's disrespectful that like little people can only get roles of like dwarves. Like that's
in this specific
I
scenario,
know.
they're called the Seven Dwarves.
Yeah.
This would be a great opportunity for
So
a lot of
he-
actors.
for about 7 of them. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. He was the reason that they switched to CGI, and then a bunch of little people were pissed off and like boycotting him because they're like, you fucking lost us this great opportunity. That's apparently why it was all him and a podcast.
Here's something I kind of have a problem with. I don't really take it beyond like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Like a lot of times, like in the interview, like she'll say like, oh, we changed this because it's 2025 and like, whether it be, I don't know if it's progression in feminism or something, but they change like parts of the story because they're like, 2025 and we've evolved since then.
All of it.
But I go, you're remaking a story in a cartoon that came out. Like, why would you change, like, leave it the way that it is? I don't like.
Max, do you know?
Then make a whole nother movie if you're going to change.
Do you know why Snow White's called Snow White?
I don't.
Yes, I do.
Why?
I do. I watched this.
Go ahead, say it.
Because
It's one line in the movie. The mirror says it. Not in the new movie, but in the old movie,
yeah,
the mirror
in
says
the
it.
in the old movie it says because that like the parents
Nope.
because their skin was as pale as snow,
Skin as white as snow.
skin as white as snow, and then her
By definition, this is the one movie that Disney couldn't. Why? This is the one movie that, like, literally the whole movie is based on her being a super pale white girl. Why? This is the one when you didn't have to recast
Pretty
this one.
tan, dude. Pretty tan.
Speaking of, you're not very white.
you could not play Snow White.
Yeah, you're way wider than Max right now.
Yeah, I haven't been playing golf or anything. I don't know.
You know what it
Get out
is?
there.
Here, Great segue.
Hey,
Great
wait.
segue.
Real
Okay.
quick, let me just say, I don't hate everything Disney does. I'm pretty excited about Lilo and Stitch. That
Oh,
actually
yeah,
looks
yeah.
good.
And Mufasa is pretty good.
I didn't
watched
see
it
that
last night.
Oh,
But Lilo and
was that on
Stitch
Disney
looks,
Plus?
looks like they did a good job. Like, I'm okay
Okay.
with that. I don't think it's all bad. Also, can we all just agree that like Gal Gadot, she's a terrible fucking actor.
What?
I think she was a hot Wonder Woman, so everyone liked her, but like she's really bad at acting.
I like Gal Gadot.
Every movie she's in, she's
I
terrible.
don't think
actor.
she's a good actress.
What?
I think she's just a very good-looking girl, and everyone had a crush on her. But like, she's a shit actor.
I take that back. I think it's literally just the accent. Sometimes is still coming through too strong.
think-
on-
So you hate people with accents, got it?
no, it's just
I just think she's very overrated. I don't think she's
it's a
actually a good
loss.
actress. I think she just
What
was
makes a
popular
good
from-
actor to you?
Who's a good?
Like how?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin's a great actor. Yeah, I even think
He's my favorite actor.
I think she's kind of overrated, but Zendaya, whatever. I think she's a good actor.
She's great.
Yeah, I think they could be a good actress.
You know, what's a
Tom
great.
Holland's good.
Yeah,
At the end, I'm not going
Naming a
to
bunch of
ruin.
dudes.
I'm not going to say what happens, but at the end of season 3, Beth,
Beth's a great
a
actress.
lot
Oh,
of
she's
a lot of
good.
shit's happening to her, and like when it's happening, I'm feeling how like I was feeling how much pain she was going through. Like I was like, wow,
Bro, when season
wow.
4 started and her back's all like,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, damn, that's a boss.
Imagine Gal Gadot being that character. It wouldn't work.
It's Gal Gadot.
because she has an
Is it
accent.
Gadot?
It's not Gadot.
I don't know how to say it.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Which also wasn't she? It
Anywho.
Disney's wild because Disney left her in the
I
movie.
like Gal Gadot.
Yeah, but see, everyone boycotted her because she was in the IDF. She's Israeli. So during that whole war start, everyone was like, "Get her out of there." They kept her, but then they got rid of the little people. Disney's weird where they pick and choose like what we're gonna. I don't know, dude.
I like Gal Gadot. Don't like Rachel.
I think she's
Zegler.
cool. I just don't think she's a good actress.
Anyway, you think I'm tan?
Yeah.
This is a good question I was thinking of having. So, do you think it's like the place it needs to be acceptable, or is there an age bracket as well? When I'm working out at Alpha Lam, I really enjoy when I go to the turf or like whatever. I like taking my shirt off to work out, especially when it's warm, because I like to get sun while I'm working out. And I don't know if there's a scientific connection of like mind to muscle. Like when I'm watching, like I guess yeah, it's cool to like, oh man, I look good, but like also like, oh, I'm doing this movement. I'm like watching my form. I'm like watching the muscle contract. I'm like getting it. Is it douchey to take your shirt off at the gym? Am I a douche?
No, because it's gym 2 and you're allowed to.
I think outside it's okay.
No, I'm not allowed. I'm not asking because it's allowed, but like,
I think outside gym it's acceptable. Inside, when I'm in the inside gym and someone has a shirt off, I'm like, you're a
that's
douche.
actually not allowed.
no,
But in gym
inside
too?
gym too.
Oh, inside gym 2?
I think if you're under a roof, I think if you're in the sun, I'm totally cool with it.
That's a
like
good
Venice
point.
Beach, I get it.
So,
but
what if it's just really, really, really hot inside the gym too?
yeah, but you're wearing a fucking like breathable shirt. It's not gonna
personally,
be colder.
okay, I have my answer.
You never take your shirt off.
I don't.
And you look jacked. You should take your shirt off.
I never take it off. But I think during the summer I'll take it off on the turf and I'll consider the first row closest to the turf. So if I'm doing like that seated cable, that's right. Then I'll shirtless. But if it was like the next machine over, put the shirt on.
Okay, what about? Okay, so you don't think it's douchey if you're outside to work out with your shirt off?
I'm just
At a
saying,
at a public.
if you work out at Alphaland Gym 2 and you work out shirtless, but as long as you use a towel on the machine,
That's what I was gonna
I'm
say.
cool with you.
Yeah, see-
I'm not talking shit, but I personally wouldn't do it.
Outdoor workouts, you're not like on a machine. Like you're not sitting on a seat. You're just doing like movements.
I'm not okay. I'm not talking about the cleanliness. I'm not talking about the,
No, but I am.
aspect of like just taking my shirt off to work out. Do you,
Yeah.
you think it's fine?
Yeah.
Acceptable? Do you think there's an age limit to that? I'm at 35.
No.
No, dude, there's like old guys out there with.
If I'm 45, take my shirt off.
I would say there's no age limit.
I like that. Okay. Follow up question to that. Another thing you're doing.
What are you gonna say? Like, should there be like
What?
any limit on? No, anyone can take their shirts off.
Oh, saying-
anyone.
Oh, you're asking if I was going to say like, do you have to be jacked? To,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were saying like. Never mind.
No, I don't care. I look at it as like mainly to get tan, and then I also like ideally if I have a mirror when I'm like doing like lateral raises, I really like it. Or
Here's
bicep
a,
curls.
here's a shot out of
really-
a cannon.
What?
I'm gonna get in trouble here for a second. You go in the gym,
Here we go.
equal rights. Girl comes into Alphaland, takes off her shirt, no bra, outside working out.
No
Do you
bra.
say something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like that's
Joe.
not. Why is that a thing?
Joe, there are plenty of girls that essentially are naked.
No,
at the
but I'm
gym.
saying like if let's say they're doing it as like a prank or something, would you like have like would you kick them out? Would you be like you can't do that?
Yeah,
or is
we'd-
it like
we'd-
a,
we'd
if they're
kick
doing
but
what?
the argument's like you're letting guys take their shirts off.
Wait, if
Say if a girl like was working out outside at Alphaland with no bra, just straight up no top, is that like
I
that
feel
against
that's
the
going to
law?
happen one day.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's only a
feel
matter
this
of
is coming
time,
this
especially with
summer.
like.
Do you think there's gonna be topless gyms?
I think one person's going to do something wild this summer as like a prank, and then
Yeah.
like we're going to have to deal with it.
I just don't know.
I'm
Like,
foreseeing it.
Is there a rule? Can you be like, hey, guys can have their shirts off, but girls can't?
Yes, Joe. It's well,
You would say public indecency, but it's a private gym, so it's not public indecency.
you'd have to have you would
That'd
just
be a company
lose-
policy.
I think at the moment the world has not accepted the topless woman as like a thing that is acceptable.
I was just wondering. It
right? Like
depends on the
it's a
country.
ve-
Some
it's-
countries
it's-
it is.
No,
I've seen some reels where like a girl will do like she'll take off her shirt facing away from the camera and then do like pull-ups, and then like her boyfriend will show up or something, and it's like if that happened at Outland, I don't know what I would do in that moment.
what would you do if you
mean-
went outside and Heidi was just working out without her top on?
Yeah, but that's a husband thing. It has to be a random girl.
I mean, I've seen some wild outfits at Outland.
Oh no, yeah.
No, there are some wild outfits.
wild, yeah,
Like
wild. This is a good thing. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to my team on Wednesday. and
Because
be
then I'm like, if you
guys,
did kick
if
him
this
out,
happens, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, because if you kick him out, then you're kind of like, then you have like a bunch of women like going crazy at Outfleet because like y'all didn't let her, you know?
I see these guys' nipples. Why can't
That's
I
what I'm
show my
saying. Like,
nipples?
does it turn into like a?
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's a giant like the free the nipple thing of like it's just a nipple, it's natural. Like if you're breastfeeding, it's fine in public, and people are still like controversial about that. But just walking around, like you have to go to topless beaches or I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point.
Well, I think it opens up also a can of worms of probably people being creepy and then just.
What if you just like
staring and-
open the sauna and there's like tits? I don't know what I would do.
you go. All right. Well,
I go
I'm just saying,
like
I'll
this.
see you later.
Ladies, do you,
Yeah.
do you mind?
If anything, I think it's like a profiling tool because like whoever the guy is that reports that, like, why are you reporting that? Who are you? This is like I'm really gonna get myself in trouble here, but this is like you ever see when it's like a really really hot like
I knew you were gonna go. I
dude.
knew you were
I've
gonna
seen
go
this
to
a couple times where it's like
me go.
not like a kid, but like when it's
we
like
go.
a junior in high school
know
was
he's
like
gonna-
caught with like a really good looking teacher and they show it and I'm like, why would you rat that out? Like what junior's like? I'm gonna go tell on this teacher. Are you kidding me?
because it's an underage.
Okay, I know.
Kid.
I'm saying, but okay. Anyway, if I
Joe-
was a junior and a really really hot teacher wanted to hook up with me, I'm not reporting that. I'm like, okay,
Joe
this can be our secret.
is going.
I'm just saying, it's a real thing.
I can't wait to see the comments on this video.
No, that's not bad.
Okay, back to the shirtless thing.
Yep.
So we've established not douchey to take my shirt off working out of the gym.
Yep.
What about the second opportunity I get to tan is when I walk the dogs around
Ooh,
the
this
neighborhood.
is a good one.
That's okay.
Because I was telling Taylor, I was like, besides when it's like noon and the sky's like and the sun's like straight up, I was like, if it's like before or after, like it's a really good, like you're getting 25 minutes of sun rather than me laying out, which I don't like to do. But do I look douchey
I think
walking
you
around
have
the
to be
neighborhood?
jogging.
Yeah.
Though the other day, I think about this
I'm
all
walking.
the time.
I'm not
'Cause
jogging.
I run around the lake every day, shirtless if I'm running. But the other day, Heidi wanted to go for a walk, and I hadn't done my run, and she wanted to take Nala, and Nala didn't want to run. So I took my shirt off. I was like, are we about to walk with my shirt off? And I ended up walking with my shirt off.
I'll
for the
walk with
first
Taylor
time.
with my shirt off if it's sunny.
Yeah, it felt
I kind of
weird. It
agree. I
felt
think the
very
run
weird.
is-
It felt very odd.
I think the solitary run by yourself with no shirt is okay.
What if
But
I'm
walking
walking-
with people and you have your shirt off? That's
agree.
weird.
I agree.
What if I'm walking at an aggressive pace?
But just weird you're with someone else.
Yeah, but I'm getting tan. I'm not doing
You know,
it.
I
so-
get it. I'm just,
Especially like ours is like a public lake,
yeah.
I feel very weird.
Have you ever been to like Memorial Park in Houston? Every dude running has a shirt off. It's just like a thing. Look at Shawley keeps doing when he does his like run club things. Like half those kids have their shirt. It's like when you're running, it's socially acceptable.
Okay, so running shirt
Walking,
off. Okay.
I don't know.
So do you think people are looking out? They're like fucking douche walking around the neighborhood with his shirt off.
Depends who it is.
No, I think they're like, look at that shredded guy with the
That's
dog.
exactly what I was thinking that they were thinking. Hey, speaking of taking her germs, there's been a new update with ChatGPT 4.0.
Dude, I
with
love God, Heidi's all over it.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
AI, people using it for ads, and again, it's one of those things that you're like, this is the worst it'll ever. Everyone's like, look how it changed this little thing. And it's like, this is the worst it'll be, right? It's only gonna get better. There's a huge debate going on, especially when everyone started doing this like studio guys. I forget the designer, but like everyone's doing this like cartoon version of like themselves, but it's this like artist. Basically, there's a huge.
What is that?
I had a.
What?
The cartoon thing. Juan just sent
It's
me.
like studio
is
something. Studio Galil.
Oh.
That thing?
Studio something. But anyway, I posted about how I was like, oh, graphic designers are like sweating right now, all this stuff. And I had a couple people like respond on Twitter that was like saying they're not going to support me anymore because like I'm not using like designers. And I'm like, my view is, and I actually asked Taylor this and her answer was like phenomenal, of like, I was like, you either evolve or you die. Like you can't stop the trajectory of where technology is going, and you can either be like, I'm so angry at this, or you can use it as a tool to your advantage to set yourself apart, and it's going to weed out. If anything, it's going to make the really good designers even more valuable because the internet can't replace them. But what's your thoughts on AI and technology potentially like taking like, let's say, designers' jobs because it can, like, why would you pay a design firm to create a variation of like 5 logos of Alphalete when you could just go create 5 different variations of this, make it 3D, make one in a script style, make one of this, and in 30 seconds you can have it versus paying someone.
Yep, everyone's gonna have to learn how to use it.
Yep. Well, it got good at text. That's what changed, right? It's better overall, but historically AI, when you had to do anything with text, it was like a blob of like random letter. It didn't know what it was doing. Now it does like PDF. I mean, you can say like generate me a go-to-market strategy for Alphalete, and it'll give you a PDF like with perfectly rendered text and shit. That's crazy. So I mean, that's like your summer shredding banners that go in the gym. 100% ChatGPT could generate you 10 options. You pick one, print it, and go.
Yeah.
Or you take one and you send it to one of your in-house design guys, and they just blow it up.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would take inspiration from that and be like, hey, designer, I don't need your ideas. I need you to make this, but
see, he can't charge to write. Now he's charging you $50 to turn it into a vectorized image, as opposed to charging you $1,000 to come up with the whole idea. I think that's where they're all pissed off. But again, you're right. That's on them.
Here, like, Joe, maybe
you can't stop it.
On your question, what if someone pays you $1,000 to like create a logo? You use ChatGPT to like basically assist, and then you spend 10 minutes kind of cleaning up like some variations. You're like, wow, give me a great one. Do you charge a discount because you're like, oh, I didn't have to like sketch this all out like I used to?
I think you charge what you can until everyone figures it out. I mean, that's happened multiple times in the industry. Shopify, unless you're just like fucking the most complicated thing in the world.
Is that saying that our website is
Dude, your website is the biggest rat's nest we've ever dealt with, but
it's so complex and good.
We're making it work. It is the most complicated Shopify store we've ever fucking seen. But my point is,
wait, what does that mean? Is that good?
It is good, but it's also just complicated to be complicated. It's fine.
Spaghetti code?
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault. It's taking a lot of time for us to fix a lot of stuff. But the point is, when Shopify's
bro, you've been like changing Alphalete website.
It's small changes
for like 10 years.
Yeah, and
it hasn't been bad before. The rebrand is what's killing us because a lot of things are changing.
Why for clothing? Don't people just want like a clean homepage and then a place to just click the clothes and see the photos? Like
that's what you think.
I wish it was
somebody
that simple.
comes out with like something else and everyone sees that and then they're like, oh, like that new Yeezy website, not a good brand, but that website has now promoted. A lot of people are now like, hey, can we rebuild that website? Usually there's like someone that comes out with something so nice that everyone else is like,
isn't there a new AI thing that now you can literally just copy a website?
Bro, couldn't you just go to like, hey, ChatGPT, like look at Nike.com.
Not how that works, but
here's this website. Here's my current. Tell me all the code that would need my website to make it look like this website.
Okay, here's my point. Here's what I was getting at.
Joe, your job's screwed.
Here's what I'm getting at. So when Shopify was first a thing, that's what I'm agreeing to. When Shopify was first a thing, I could charge $6,000, $7,000 for a Shopify theme, and no one knew any different. Like, okay, I would just buy a separate fucking theme and change some stuff about it and deliver it.
Joe's been ripping people off for years.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. So at the time, everyone...
I want money back, bro.
But that's what the average was going for. And then people found out, oh, I can buy a $400 theme on the Shopify store, change out some fucking visual stuff, and I get the same thing. So what I'm saying is like these designers aren't going to lower their price until they have to. They're going to just take the $1,000 for the design, do it, chat it, or AI, and deliver it and call it a day. But what happens is the industry figures out, someone like yourself is like, well, why are you charging me $1,000 when AI could do this? And it'll drive the prices down. And then eventually it will be to the point where like the designer can't charge more than $50 because everyone knows it's just AI. That's how the websites, I mean, there was a time where like it was commonplace for $10,000 for a Shopify website.
No, there's a lot of frustrating things like graphic design in general. It's a lot of it, like even if I don't know how to do something and I have to pay a graphic designer to do it, I know the general like tools that he's using, and like I just don't know the technicalities of how to like get what I'm doing. But then I get charged like the bill and it'll say how long it took, and I'm like, there's no world There's no world that it took you that long.
No,
There's
like-
no world.
They're like consolidating files, $250.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's like moving
creating zips, $80. I'm like, what, you right clicked and hit compress to zip? Yeah. It's just they're thinking that like the average person doesn't know what that means, so we're just gonna charge for it.
For my thumbnail that I just posted for the 1 out of 10, still using PicMonkey.
Start using ChatGPT, it'll do it for you. It made Max look like some weird creature.
I use
yeah.
PicMonkey and I still don't know how to save the damn file in the right area on my fucking computer, bro.
Bro,
And
it's crazy.
It's just so much effort.
For
I hate
that big of a video, that was the thumbnail you went with.
it was the 3 thumbnail test,
Oh.
and that one did the best.
I didn't do that
that's
today.
Crazy.
Mine's a 10 out of 10 today.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a question further. Have you seen Sora?
Yes.
Sora's getting pretty good. It's
Yep.
not great, but it's getting pretty good. It's the video generation side of this, Christian. When it is to the point, as a creator, when I can go to Sora and say, hey, take this Max Tuning character on YouTube and generate me a video where he goes and buys a Lamborghini and does a vlog on it, and it kicks out a video where it's like good enough with your voice, are you now like, fuck AI, I'm done?
Okay,
Or
Joe.
are you like, oh, it is what it is, I gotta adapt?
Let me
Because
tell
we're
you
not
something.
far away from having like Max say whatever I want on ChatGPT.
Let me tell you something, Joe. There is no computer program.
Oh, it will.
There is no computer program on this planet.
This is what all the fucking designers were saying 2 years ago.
No.
Yes.
I'm built different. Okay. The things that I think up, I actually sometimes like I would love. And that's the one crazy thing about the human race is that like you have no idea what someone else is thinking, right? Guys, okay, this is gonna sound crazy to you. If you could go into my brain, I can't even begin to explain the 700 things per minute that goes on in my head of like when I just look. I can't even explain it to you. I'll sound crazy explaining the shit that goes on in my head of like things that I see and how quickly like I'm telling you.
AI will figure it out.
No, but that wasn't even what I was going at. But the jokes that come out of my brain,
AI can do.
no computer
Yeah.
can do.
Here's where it gets really scary. Like the next industry that I think is absolutely fucked is animation. So like your Pixars and stuff, because like Sora can do that.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, I think AI will be able to generate an animated movie with the voices and everything. And like animations, like movie studios are just going to give AI and say,
Just a
build us
script or just a script and like a scenes and it's like
right
build
now
it.
they spend hours per frame rendering animated movies and all the CGI and stuff, and it's like that industry I think is next to get chopped because AI. I saw the other day someone gave it a video of a car and said like make it blow up and catch on fire in Sora. And like it's not perfect, but it's good enough to like if you just saw it on Instagram, like you would be like, oh shit, that car blew up. I think we're like 5 years out from like all visual effects just being AI added
I know
on
some
top.
stupid shit. How are we 5 years out from that? But my YouTube video still takes an hour and a half to 3 hours to upload.
Because you have shitty internet.
You have shit internet.
Well,
Mine
that's-
takes 2 minutes.
Well,
Hold on.
I can upload these podcasts in like 8 minutes.
See, I'd upload like 3 times a week. For me, it's all night. A lot of times, I have to leave it running.
When we
That's
update your
terrible.
internet at your house, are you uploading at home or at the office?
At home.
Maybe
At the office,
Maybe
it
we
goes
should
quick.
fix your internet at the house.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm on this thing called dial-up.
Yeah. It's like, wait a second.
I got 1 megabyte per second. Noob.
AI is scary. Also, like writers, you know, like children's books and stuff. That 100% could be AI.
Yeah, but bro,
Or like riddle books. Just tell it to give you 100 riddles, and it's just gonna like.
you just got to adapt or you die. I mean, look at shit of like we used to get people to deliver milk. We needed milkmen to like deliver milk. We needed like the newspaper every day. Now one's like no one gives a shit about the newspaper. So it's like
Bro, have you seen Boston Dynamics? The video of that robot
yeah,
came out like last week.
not that one, but
Dude, I want to think it's fake. I really want it to be fake, but I don't think it is. I mean, dude, this fucking thing's running. It's crawling. It's doing somersaults. Like it is. It's fucking terrifying. Like,
can't
they're
wait for
getting
the
really
future.
good. No, I can. That thing's, bro. When we take these robots and give them guns and just tell them like go fight, like that shit, we're fucked.
yeah.
Like it is actually terrifying. Like this thing is stronger than you. It's faster than you.
More accurate.
It has no feelings. Has no hesitation.
See the one that like shoots basketballs,
Mm-hmm.
makes
you
them
think-
from anywhere in the court.
Dude, I'm
think
going to show you after this. The Boston Dynamics one is terrifying. It literally does a backflip, and it's like, oh,
Do you think one of those robots could take a silverback gorilla?
silverback gorilla's pretty big, but you could make a silverback gorilla robot.
Terrifying.
That's true.
That's the thing. You can just make the robot bigger.
Hey, speaking of silverback gorillas, Dolly is about to go into her heat next month.
Dude, have fun.
I think I need to ask you both your question. Well, because you had her heat.
Yeah.
Did
We neutered her right before.
now is the whole thing. All my vet is saying, especially because she's a mini, is to get her spayed before her heat. And people on the internet are saying as well.
Apparently it stunts their growth a little bit, which may be a good thing for a mini.
Dolly's
with the Doberman, they
stunted.
told me
she's
with the Doberman, it was let her go through it because it lets all their hormones mature and they'll grow a little bit more. With the Doberman, you kind of wanted her to fill out a little bit.
Yeah, but I think
with the mini, it is a pain in the ass, dude. My white couch was ruined. My walls, I had to repaint like all the fucking house because they shake. It was gross. You get home with like
I'm a shit on these walls,
dude.
right?
It was bad. And she wouldn't. I put a diaper on her and she's ripping off. It was like a 2-week period of hell. I don't recommend it.
I think I'm gonna get her spayed next month.
In hindsight, I would rather Senna be a little bit smaller and not have dealt with what I had to deal with for, especially being a guy and like I don't have obviously any kids or anything, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how this worked.
Because you've never had a period?
Yeah.
Contrary to a lot of people.
Yeah, it was wild.
Every episode you're on your period. Joe, you're selling. You said you might sell your Raptor and build an F-250.
I thought that was
I went and drove the F-250 and it's very rough.
I've never
driven
the
a Super
poll
Duty.
too. I voted.
People like
What'd you vote?
250s.
I voted Raptor.
I voted 250 so he can tow my Jeep.
People like 250s, man. Basically, I didn't realize how stiff a 250 was. It makes sense. They have to tow shit, so they're a lot stiffer. You have leaf springs and stuff. So there's a company, Carly King Shock, Carly Pintop. They make a kit for the F-250. Basically, for about $30,000 on top of the price of the 250, you can almost turn a 250 into a Raptor. Like you can jump the fucking 250. That's what I want to do.
Joe, you don't get a 250 to make it a Raptor. You get a 250 because you want a truck and you want to tow stuff, or else you just get a 150.
I think the idea, TJ's 250 is like fully built out. I think the idea of having a fully built 250 that can also jump and shit, but has 1,000 torque and a diesel is badass.
How many miles a gallon does that get?
Dude, a lot.
Better.
That's why I want it.
Oh.
Yeah, like 22 miles a gallon, and diesel's $1 cheaper than premium right now. So it would be like...
And I would leave you in the dust and smoke your ass.
Dude, that thing moves. Off the line, yes, but it has 1,200 torque. Like 40 to 80, that 250 fucking moves. I'm going to keep the Raptor R, though. I like the Raptor R.
I don't know. Yeah. Wait, real quick, Christian, how did your... you made this documentary. Why did you release it at 80,000 and not 100,000?
Because it would take too long to get to 100K.
You're a douche.
Like you could make it at...
Why'd you ask that?
Well, like you could have made it 75K, but 80 is a real
When
random.
I was already at 73 or 72 or something, and I was like, 75 is too soon. That's going to look like I'm just trying to put it out. And then 100 was like too far.
How's the documentary doing?
1 out of 10. It's
like good like comments
great.
and everything? Everyone's happy with it?
I honestly thought that this is me just being in my head, but knowing like I was on Adderall, I was on, all that stuff in 2023. Like to me, I was expecting the comments to be 80%. Damn, I'm so happy like you kind of shifted to how you are now. But literally there was like one comment about like that. And
what are most of the comments?
Like positive. They're like, this is...
I wish you'd go back to this.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. But yeah, I mean, I think... I actually want to make a post today talking about the document, like a carousel. And Heidi was like, you need to think about what the message of this is. I'm like, fuck, well, I don't know. It's hard when you like kind of lived it. I'm like...
Yeah.
So she thinks the message is there's times in life where you just got to kind of literally not be unhealthy, but just be able to like commit to what you do and like make it happen regardless of stress and all this. But like it feels so different now in 2025,
How much did it change? Because I saw the original, like the first cut, the Justin.
I only saw that one cut.
So it's still the same? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know if he's still working on it this whole time or if this was like, so
it's
because
we submit. He wanted to submit it.
Yeah.
Because it was like his first film. So if you submit it to the film festivals, then you can't post it. So he asked if like I'd be down to like try that, and we did, and did okay. He didn't like win anything, and so that took like a year.
That makes sense.
So then I was free to release it.
What makes it a film versus just a video? Are my vlogs films?
Absolutely not.
Like what defines it as a movie? Because it had like a title in the intro. No, I'm not like, but like what?
No, that's a good question. I don't know what it is. There's a thing. It's like I found out the other day that
my videos have a storyline. They have a beginning, middle, and end.
There's a hill and a mountain. There's actually a height. I didn't know that.
What?
Like at a certain height, like it's a height. It's like over 935 feet. It becomes a mountain.
That makes sense.
There's a line that like you hit. I guess I don't know what the line is with a vlog to a film. Like at what point does your vlog turn into a film?
I get maybe
time length.
Well, because people be like,
the
here's
amount of
a short
people
film
working on it. I don't know.
you have to have people working on it. You couldn't have a one-person film.
I'm sure you can. Some of the Sundance stuff has been like, no. I don't think anyone's ever done Super Size Me, I think, was all by himself, and that won a bunch of shit. And that was a film. The guy that ate McDonald's and shit.
Yeah.
I think he did that all by himself.
The world will never know.
There's definitely I don't know what it is, but there's
Wait. I just realized the most important topic of all we haven't talked about. I'm having a baby.
Yeah,
we
bro.
haven't even
talked
I
about
literally forget sometimes.
I don't.
And next Sunday,
Baby shower.
we find out.
I don't know if I'm going to be here.
What?
What?
You're not going to be for the... No, it's not baby shower. It's the gender reveal.
Next Sunday?
Yeah.
Next Sunday.
I think I go to Vegas. No, I think I'm good. I'm good. I think I go to Vegas on Tuesday.
Joe playing hard to get.
No, I don't know.
You think it's to be boy or girl?
Bro, I'm happy for either. I don't know.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be a girl.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Don't say it like that.
No. I've said it a million times. I'll be stoked if it's a girl.
I'll go the other way.
For sure.
I hope it's a girl. I think it's going to be a boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's to be a girl.
I'd like to be a girl so I can have a boy.
But we already announced name either way, Charlie.
Charles.
Charlie. Yeah, boy would be an actual
Love
name
that.
would be Charles, but Charlie even if it's a girl. Yeah, I'm going to be a dad. That's crazy. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about me being a dad?
I think you're going to be a fucking great dad, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like the best dad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know it took you a while. You're like 40 years old now. But
Yeah.
I think it's all for the best, though. Because if you had a kid 7 years ago, like nothing that happened would have happened. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's one of those things where it's like, I think it's the best case scenario. Like with everything else happening, like you have the ability that if you want to just be a stay-at-home dad for 3 years, like go for it, you know? I think I'd much rather, I'm just saying, I'd much rather be a dad and not like your biggest stress with this kid is now going to be like the kid's well-being and stuff, as opposed to like a lot of parents out there where it's like,
Providing
they don't,
for
yeah,
them.
like can I even afford to buy the kid food today and stuff?
Yeah.
Very fortunate position.
Exactly. Like you're going to be able to have a very good upbringing for the kid, which is very nice to have.
But while that's great,
yeah.
to have like that bucket kind of checked off of like stresses you don't have to worry about is part of me is kind of like, you know how like when you're growing up, you're like, oh, I saw my dad or mom like working so much and all these things. But
Your kids are going to be like, my dad doesn't do shit.
but even
My
like,
dad just plays golf and like and does nothing. He vlogs on his camera. Like they're
He
literally
sits on the computer for like 2 hours a day.
I think about this too.
Yeah, I'm like-
fuck, I don't want my kid to think I'm just like home and accessible all the time. You know?
we're just gonna leave and then go to a parking lot and sit and watch YouTube videos for like 4 hours and come back so they get excited we're back.
Yeah, like you can't always be that accessible. You know? Yeah, I think the same thing.
Do you think the
Tell your
dad
kid
needs
you're
to be like
pro
away?
Pro player.
Yeah,
So you need like, so you do you think it'd be not as
if
good?
it's, especially if it's a boy. I think I don't know.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, because I'll still be working. Like I'll still be doing things that are like,
Just put a lock on your office door, dude.
don't come in here.
Dad's working. I'm gone.
Playing Path of Exile.
Yeah. I
No.
went to work.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want me and Heidi to like. I mean, we're gonna be obsessed with this. I don't know. It's gonna be like, because with me, my parents were fucking grinding.
Yeah, same with
They
my
were
parents.
working.
Same with yeah.
Anytime I got to see him, I was like, oh, I get to see my, hang out with dad, and like,
Yeah.
But if they're always there, I don't know if the kids are gonna be that excited. It's like I don't want to be like just so much for the kid to be like, oh god, like give me some fucking space.
Like, you want to hang out
I feel like
again?
That's how
No.
me and Heidi are gonna be like on the kid all the time. I'm like,
I had a
don't wanna do that.
learning experience. So we watched Amanda's goddaughter Grace for a night. I've never like hung out with a little kid, right? Like she's like 2. Like I've never.
You had to keep a human alive for like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always been the one to like talk shit. Like if I'm at a restaurant and I see a little kid on an iPad, I'm always like, what shit parents? You know, like I would never let my kid have this iPad. I will say we took her to dinner. I didn't give her the iPad, but in my head I was like, I could definitely see, because like, dude, she really can't tell you what she wants. She's crying nonstop. She's bored. I mean, like I feel bad for her because like she's just bored. She's like looking for something to play with and nothing to fucking play with. I get it now. I think a little piece of me, I'm not going to do it, but I get why you give your kid an iPad at dinner.
I'm gonna give mine a Game Boy.
Or just something, right? But then the argument's like, oh, if you give them technology, then they're not with you and spending time with you and stuff. But it's like, dude, when they're really bored, they're starting to cry, they're making a scene in the restaurant, and you don't know what the fuck to do. And especially because it's not my kid, so I can't discipline her. So I'm just kind of like, please stop yelling.
You know
Like,
something
what to do.
I think about is like when I was a kid, like I played a lot of video games. Like all I wanted to do was play video games. Like when I said I was going to bed, I was playing video games. Like when I was time off, when I said I was sick at school, I'm playing video games.
Your kids gonna be just like you.
But like, and my mom would be like, stop playing video games, go do stuff. And I would skateboard and shit, but I love playing video games. So I was in the screen all the time, and I turned out fine. I wonder, will I like be like, oh, he's been playing video games for like 6 hours? Like, that's fine. Love it.
I'm just gonna put my kid on ChatGPT at like 3, get them to get real good at it.
What?
I don't know. I think. See, I think the difference was I was the same, right? Like I had weeks of playtime in Modern Warfare 2. I was like addicted to Xbox. But that was later though. That was like in my teens. Earlier than that, like I was always outside doing stuff, and I skateboarded and rode dirt bike. I think the issue is now kids like don't have any hobby. Like now they just play video games. They go to school, they play video games. They're not learning how to skateboard or going out and playing with friends. Like they just want to play video games. I think it's worse now than it was when we were kids.
I'm ready to convert my basketball court to anything my kid's interested in.
Pickleball.
I'm just gonna convert to a training facility for them,
What's the one sport?
and I'm gonna coach the whole team.
What's the one
at
sport
my house?
that if your son's like, Dad, I really want to play this sport, you're like,
Probably like.
Wait. Why would you not want them?
that's what I'm saying. What's the one
Probably like
sport that
golf.
you're like?
Oh, I'll tell you.
I think golf's sick.
If they want to get into like polo,
Is that because the horse? That's expensive.
yeah,
Or water polo.
Yeah, golf is sick. It's just I personally wouldn't want to be at
I'm not gonna lie, if
practices
my kid was like-
all day at the field.
If my kid was like,
Or
Dad,
the
I really want to
course.
get good at pickleball, I'd be like, nah, son, we're gonna pick something else. There's other things you could play. I don't know. I think some sports are cooler than others.
So you get to control your child's destiny.
If my daughter's like, Dad, I want to get good at hobby horsing, absolutely not. Have you seen that shit?
Is that where they ride the whole horse stick
Dude,
around?
it's a real thing. It's actual. I don't want to call it an actual sport, but like it's a sport for them. They do competitions and shit.
Christian, if your daughter wanted to become an equestrian, would you, Daddy, buy me a horse?
Run.
Run like a
Literally.
horse.
Nah,
faster.
I think I'm gonna encourage team sports.
Heidi's gonna buy a horse the minute y'all are definitely gonna have a horse.
Maybe
100%.
My son, if I have a son, he's gonna get into wrestling.
that's a good one.
It is.
See, but what if he's like, Dad, I really just want to pursue badminton? Are you like,
I like badminton.
Okay.
Me and Taylor went and played badminton.
I just feel like some sports,
like
I'm
last year. There's a giant badminton facility right around here.
what
I
about
feel
like what about tennis? Right, like
would
push
be-
them into like a
tennis
more
would be
mainstream.
Cool. Tennis would be cool.
Yeah, I feel like the argument would be like maybe they have a better chance to succeed in like a more mainstream sport.
As long as I can play the sport with them, I'm down.
Yeah,
You know
or
what
like
I'm-
if you could like pickleball, like let's go tennis.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the coach of the town, bro.
You know what I realize is like from now when the child's born until I mean I guess like 7, 8 they think you're good at everything, but when they start getting old enough to realize like if you're actually good at stuff, like we need to become like good at stuff. Like
I would say I was.
I'm not good at baseball, so if they want to play baseball, like I need to get good at baseball so they can be like, wow, Dad always catches the ball and hits it. Right now I fucking miss and I like.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to like kind of pick up on some signs and then like go practice before you start.
I'm going to work. Just at the field, just at the machine pitch, like go do it.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Just silence.
I'm
I was
pumped.
thinking,
I'm
I'm
pumped
like,
for
I wanna
this
say I
time
was
of
like-
life.
I think I was like 16 or 15 the first time I like beat my dad at something, and then I realized like, oh, he's not like pro at all of these things. Because like up until that, like, when you're like 7 or 8, like you just assume like your dad's professional at fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like we play basketball and he's fucking training shots. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's actually NBA.
You know what I realized, like now that I'm an adult, is like when you were younger and you're like, and your parents took you to some trip somewhere, like whatever, I don't know what it was. Most of those trips or most things you go, it's like it's actually just your parents wanted to do shit and they had to drag your ass along
Yeah.
with you. It wasn't like they wanted to take everyone with. It's like,
But did
no,
you ever go on family road trips?
I went to the Grand
Do
Canyon.
you remember, like, at least for me, like, we would drive across country in a fucking pickup truck, like single cab with a split door. Me and my sister fighting the whole fucking way. They'd print out MapQuest documents because there was
Classic.
no navigation. So it's like fucking middle of the night. There's a flashlight on the map. She's like, I think go right here. No one knows where the fuck we're going.
That was definitely it.
Dude,
Yep.
honestly, like, it is wild that we ever made it anywhere before navigation. It like blows my mind. Like a family's just in a car in the middle of nowhere with a flashlight and a map trying to figure out where the hell to go.
When I used to deliver medication for my job for like a while working at this pharmacy, I had a literal map. So I'd find the address, I'd look in the back, and I'd go and I'd have to like cross and be like, okay, I know I'm coming down this street.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you make notes or did you just like remember it and go?
No, I'd be like, okay, I'm on the street. Okay.
Oh, so you took the map with you?
I had a map.
So you'd be like stopped on the bike like looking at the map?
I wasn't on a bicycle, bro. I was, I was in a like a fleet, like Ford, like the most entry Ford, the smallest truck that Ford probably ever made a fleet car. And I would just go like 100 miles an hour in that thing, bro. I should have died in that vehicle of how fast I would drive like this old Ford truck. speaking of family trips, I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I've ridden a mule down the Grand Canyon, and I've slept in the bottom.
Slept down there?
I slept in the Grand Canyon.
In like
and
a tent?
I hated it.
Yeah.
No, and there was like a lodge down.
Oh, that's not that bad. Why'd you hate it?
Because I was so bored. I was
They're
riding
video
this
games.
mule. I didn't have an iPod or anything, so it's like 7 hours.
Wait, you were on a mule for 7 hours?
I believe it was 7 hours total.
No.
And you know what I was
No,
doing? I was
no.
just singing in my head like Eminem, like shake that. Oh no! I was like,
Max, you didn't ride a mule for 7 hours. If you call Deborah,
What?
call.
How long
I'm just saying, 'cause
does it take
if you're not
to
experienced,
ride
like,
a
horse
mule
rider or something?
down the
What's a
Grand
mule?
Canyon?
Like a bigger donkey. It's a donkey and a
Okay,
horse mixed
okay,
together.
5.5 hours.
There's no way. You know how
mule-
sore you would be? Because I've ridden a horse for like 30 minutes and I'm so sore getting off. 7 hours, you wouldn't be able to walk when you got off the horse.
My ass is tough, bro.
It's built for it. All right, here we go.
but
again.
you'd walk, and I mean, there would be like
What was the
paths,
occasion?
Family
Who went?
bonding. My mom, me, my stepdad, and my 2 stepbrothers at the time, and I just wanted to bring.
So Chase didn't go.
No, I wanted to just play Grand Theft Auto in the hotel room. I was like, why? I don't need to. I'll go play in here. I'll have just as much fun. I'll stay in the hotel. They didn't let me do it.
That sounds terrible. I'd rather hike. I'd rather walk. Could you walk? Did you have to ride the mule?
I had to ride the mule.
Probably not very fast.
And the
Probably
mule's
walk-
just shitting in front of you.
Yeah, I
and then
don't
you
like
walk on
that.
like really narrow paths. And they're like, it's not actually the snakes and stuff that get out that get you out here that die. It's when like a tiny little critter spooks the mule and then you fall down the canyon because the mule just goes off the
There's
thing.
a hot take, but there's a place in Michigan called Mackinac Island, and it's famous in Michigan because there's no cars and there's electricity, but there's no cars. The whole thing is it's very clean. There's no cars, no emissions, no nothing. It's all horses. There's horse carriages and horses and stuff. And the whole time we're there, everyone's like, "Oh my god, like such fresh air! It smells like horse shit everywhere
I
you
was about to say,
fucking
it smells
go."
like horse shit.
Yeah, literally everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love it here. There's no emissions, like no cars." I'm like, I would 100% take a car over this horse right now.
Yeah.
because it smells like shit everywhere I go. If you ever go there, it is very nice. It's a cool place to go visit.
But it
But it
smells like
smells
shit.
the whole island smells like horse shit, yeah.
Nice.
And in the grand scheme of things, I take smog over horse shit.
We actually we got to wrap this up soon because we're going to lunch. It's been
I don't know if
over
we're
an
going.
hour.
I haven't heard back.
I think you are. Since you guys never bring topics at all,
Yeah.
I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
I got invited to the White House.
Oh shit, yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Are you gonna
May
go?
10th. I'm going.
Yeah, but Trump's not going to be there.
I'm
It's
going.
set- yeah, okay.
Are you
going?
going?
I'm going with. It's me,
You should try to sneak
the
stuff in there.
CEO of
See
the
what you can get in there.
Texans.
What?
I don't know. Just stuff like an Alphalete sticker, and then like.
You know what I was going to say?
stick
Get
it
some
on
like
something.
3 like empty 3D cans and like drop them in like the Oval Office and hope that Trump sees them. You know? That could be your big break.
But it's like me, CEO of the Texans, CEO of Pepsi,
I saw that.
CEO of Johnson Johnson.
These are all Hispanic people?
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know Pepsi
And I'm running
Johnson Johnson were-
and I have to do this marathon 2 days before.
Where's
in
that?
Orange County.
Oh, that's a lot of.
Why do you get to go?
The guy that leads this like group follows me, and invited me.
What are you gonna wear?
My wedding suit.
There you go,
Definitely got to wear a suit.
Yeah.
bro. You're gonna have to get like fitted like again.
I
Don't wait too long.
kind of think I need a new suit because like mine's like just, it's not like a standard suit. The one I got married in, it's
Yeah.
like a stylish one. I feel like I need like a standard suit.
Who are y'all meeting?
You don't look too stylish.
They
didn't say
it's
it.
like a committee.
He's meeting the White House.
No, I know, but like, is there any like big names that are going to be there? I mean, y'all, but I'm saying like, is it like
I think we're just like I'm not sure on the details.
I'm
There's
pretty
some
senators
going.
and shit?
You said it's all Hispanic owners, right? Mm-hmm. So they're probably gonna ask you questions like you need
Yeah.
to be like go prepared. Like they're gonna.
They're going to ask in Spanish. She's going to be like,
No, they're not gonna ask in Spanish.
Univision asked Christian a question. She's like,
But I feel like they're gonna be like asking about the Hispanic community and like right, like
Yeah, I'll speak on my experience.
Christian, yes, I love Chipotle. Christian's the least Hispanic person I've ever met in my life. Like, yeah, you're going to have no clue what the fuck to say.
I know.
Like, yes, things are good. Yes, yes.
things are good. Okay, I have a couple. I have a bunch, but I'm only gonna do a little bit. But is there anything else you want to talk about on that? That's
No,
That's really cool. I'm
Are you
excited.
nervous?
No, I'm just,
Can you
I
take
bet.
phones? Can you take photos?
Dude, I bet
I'm
you
gonna
get,
take a photo in front of the White House for sure.
I bet you get posted on the White House because they post anytime like people go on the White House's Instagram. They always show like who went and stuff.
What?
You might get posted on the White House's account.
That'd be dope.
See if they'll collab with you.
Do you have any fear of like Like you take a picture in the Oval Office, like even if you're the people who are like, oh my God, you support
Oh, I
the
already
administration shit?
know I'm gonna get so much.
Yeah.
One, I've already seen some glimpses of comments like you don't even do anything for the Hispanics. You don't even. So
That's what I
it's
was saying. Like you need to be prepared.
I'm definitely gonna get a lot of that, but I'm excited to have my eyes opened of how I can help.
Yeah, it's like, dude, anyone that would say no, like anyone that's like, if the White House invited you, like no one's saying no to that unless you're just really fucking left. Like, I didn't like Biden, but if Biden was like, hey, we really want you to come to the White, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. It's a White House. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's not happening again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of the White House, instead of trying to run 13 miles, I'm just gonna do 6. Because I don't want to be all fucked up.
Limping through the White House.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't be too athletic for it. I have some questions here from the people. I feel like we could do a whole episode where people just provide questions. So I'm just going to ask a couple of them. I got some good ones here. If your future child told you that they committed a crime or potentially even off someone, would you turn them in?
Yes.
Just immediately.
Fucking narc.
Okay, Gabby Petito.
Have you ever seen what's the show with Breaking Bad guy? The Judge show.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do.
Judge, I think it's called.
It's not called
Your
The Judge.
Honor.
Your Honor.
It's a good show.
Okay, here's the situation.
I don't know. I'm not going to incriminate my future self right now.
We actually on the episode 110 of the Don't Be Sour.
I said I
who
would.
was it?
Your son.
No, I know, but like, was it like an innocent person or was it like a? I'm saying, like, is my son like a serial killer or is it like, oh, I accidentally did something I didn't mean to do? It depends what it is. If my son's Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm fucking turning him in. If he's eating people in his basement,
It's your
but if
basement.
it's like a complete, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, I think you got to say you turn him in, right? But like, really,
Yeah, so get the help he needs.
or go to prison for 40 years of his life. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Shouldn't have killed the guy.
If
I
you're
mean, if it's like gangbang and he killed somebody, yeah, I'm turning him in. If it's like the Your Honor situation, I kind of sympathize. I don't think I can turn my son in.
hey, if one of us, Christian, if Joe or I, there's some future scenario, we do something where we have to go to jail, prison, okay, and we get sentenced to 40 years, no parole. 40 years.
Bro, you get like 11 for killing somebody. 40's a lot.
Okay, 15 years.
Okay.
15 years, no parole. We're going to be in there 15 years. But they go, some new thing. Christian, you can take their place and you have to go to prison for 1 year. And if you go to prison for 1
I'd
year.
probably do that. For 15 for y'all, I'd probably do that.
I would.
What if it was, you have to go for 2 years?
18 months, my cutoff.
I would do a year, and my reasoning is fucking insane.
Then we
I'm not
always
very
owe
committed to like getting in shape, and I feel like if I went to prison, I'd get in shape pretty quick because you have nothing else to do, right?
That's what it would take for Joe to get in
I
shape.
literally have thought about this before. I'm like, maybe going to prison for a year wouldn't be the worst thing for me.
Mike
like,
Tyson
I would,
says it was the best time of his life.
yeah, I think you'd work out nonstop. You eat very consistently.
I'm
Like
sure some people like it a lot.
you would love prison. You would.
Do you pay Guma or Joe to come on the podcast? No, I don't. Would you guys like some of the money? Do you know how much money
what?
this show makes?
Probably like $3-4 grand a month.
It makes about $500 an episode.
I was going to call you out one time because you had a sponsor
Okay.
and didn't tell us about it. And I was kind of like, that's kind of fucked up. I think I even texted Christian like, it's kind of fucked up. But then I realized that like, you've probably spent 10 grand on all this equipment and shit.
Way more than that.
So I don't need,
It's kinda one
I
of those
would say
things-
if every episode had a fucking sponsor at some point, yeah, I feel like we should get some kind of cut.
I would agree.
But at the moment, I'm not like, oh my God, I got to get a paycheck.
I kind of look at it like I need y'all, but y'all, what? No, like, because I still do episodes.
Not many.
I would be totally down, whatever the money is, to give you guys whatever you want, but you just got to contribute.
I think if I found out you were making like 50 grand a month on the pod, I'd be like,
What if I started
what
making
the
like,
fuck?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I think at that point, I'm like, bro, come on.
no, for sure.
Even 20.
If here's
Yeah.
the thing, first of all, I'd be totally down to give y'all any amount of money that I make on there. But I would love it if y'all would help elevate the podcast some way.
Yeah.
Bro, we got the shit on our back right now.
Yeah, I know. I kind of look at it.
I'll add it to my bio. Co-host.
Oof.
Ooh.
I don't have a following, but I could.
But see, if that here's the thing, I would be totally down to start splitting. It's like $500, literally $500.
one round of golf.
But I'd be like, all right, then that means you can never miss an episode every single week. Bring topics. Really, that's two things. You have to commit
You lost me at the second one.
every
ChatGPT,
single
dude.
week. And you got to bring topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right now they just do it. Joe stays relevant because of this podcast.
Keep me young.
Joe, no one would ever know you exist if you didn't do this podcast.
I appreciate how disconnected I've been. I went to a car show this morning, took my car, had a great time. I didn't post a single fucking thing about it. Some guy actually took a picture of my car. He's like, "You want me to send it to you so you can post it?" I'm like, "No, I'm good."
I don't care.
I'm just enjoying it.
Does Joe think he wouldn't be a MAGA thumper if he didn't grow up so privileged?
What's a thumper?
A MAGA thumper.
Bro, you know how many fucking like poverty people I know that are Trump support? I don't know if the argument's like, oh, you're wealthy, you have to like Trump. Like I know a lot of very, very wealthy people that fucking hate Trump. I would argue that like most Democrats are rich motherfuckers. All like doctors and surgeons and shit. I don't think there's a correlation between like, if anything, I think people make fun of like Trump supporters because they're like poor country people.
I disagree with that.
I 100% think that's yeah. It's like dumb MAGA fucking Republicans. Historically speaking, the Democrats are the rich ones. All your billionaires and shit are all Democrats. Zuckerberg, all these guys are Democrats. I don't know if that's the argument that you should fucking die on here of like, oh, if you're rich, you love Trump.
Do you want me? Do you want me to start giving you guys $150 each time you come on that podcast?
You're going back to this?
Because I wonder if people are like Max taking all the money, be like, well, I do all the, I have to edit the thing. And
Yeah. No, I'm cool with that. I'm saying, I think there's a limit. I think Christian's right. I think about 10 to 20 grand a month. I feel like we should start getting a cut.
How about this?
But like 500.
If it starts making enough that each episode could get us $1,000 each. So if I start making, I don't think I'll ever make more than a.
Okay, but if you said, hey, I have offers for sponsors, can we do a sponsor on every episode and I'll cut y'all in? Yeah, let's do it.
100% I'd do that.
Yeah. I bet we could.
But you got to start. You got to show up to every episode. Every week.
I've been showing up. I
Dude,
followed up
you
on
have.
this. I was
Clip
like, when
this
are we-
shit because like 3 months from now, it's going to be fucking company logos all over this wall and shit.
I'd rather
Wear
save it for
hats
the
and
new
stuff.
3D cans. I want a 3D can like right here and right here. Only
Okay.
during the little pop
Just right on behind your head.
for like the 3% of the podcast I talk.
I'll
It'll
get a
be-
little. Yeah, it's because he yaps all the time, Joe.
Yapologist.
Hey,
Put like 4 3Ds by Joe's head.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Joe, what happened to Joe's car shampoo company?
Death.
Death.
It's without pointing any names. It just didn't really I had a partnership and that guy wasn't really into it anymore, and I didn't have the time, and I was gonna be the face of it and like promote it, and he was gonna do the logistics and stuff, and then he basically got too busy with work and stuff. And like, hey, I can't do it anymore, and I didn't have.
He got too busy with work to work on our work.
Pretty much. So it just got to the point where like I couldn't do it. He didn't want to do it, and it's like, all right, well, this isn't really for the amount of money. It was doing well, but it wasn't never gonna replace my other jobs, and I couldn't dedicate them.
This is what I've been telling Joe forever.
Yeah.
It was like when he like wouldn't make vlogs or whatever. And he's like, oh, because like my job is making this money. I don't want to put money in the videos. But I'd always be like, but the YouTube could replace it if you put the.
I don't even know if I wanted to.
Look at what has happened.
I know. Anyway, that's what happened. Great products, but
Do you guys view me differently now that I'm becoming a father?
no, not at all.
You have to respect me more.
I don't.
I've thought about every time I see you, I'm going to bring a gift for Charlie.
Dude, we've already started. I mean, freaking Amazon packages are at my house for your kid.
Someone said, my husband didn't give me a push present or a baby moon for all 3 babies. Don't be like him. Discuss.
Fuck is a push present.
What's a baby moon?
What's anything that you just said? Nothing that was in that fucking.
Okay, we'll go on to a push present is when your baby mama, ideally wife,
In the act of pushing?
is having the baby. Now you don't have to give to basically like when they
Screaming,
have the
you're like,
baby.
look at this.
You're supposed to. There's a community that you give them a gift for delivering the child.
I'll do that, yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing, so how would I know to do that?
Well, that's because you're a dumb man.
What's a moon present?
A baby moon? It's a honeymoon that you would go on while you're pregnant. So it's basically like, hey, let's go on a trip while you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
While or after?
While she's pregnant. Me and Taylor are gonna go on one because we didn't go on a honeymoon, but like, yeah, we're gonna go. We're
She
gonna
hadn't
go.
even given birth yet. I feel like,
Well, that's the point. Get
It's
the
the point. It's the baby moon.
like your last trip together.
You're basically like, let's do a trip while you're pregnant, and it's the whole point of the trip is
I'm
because
saying with a honeymoon, you do it after you get married, not before.
right. So yeah, no, I'm planning on both those things. Both those things. What's your death row meal? Last meal?
Oof.
Spaghetti, Marco's pizza,
No, what kind of spaghetti?
butter noodles with salt,
Buttered noodles and salt is your fucking death.
You
row.
can just
with
get that in jail, bro.
Parmesan cheese, and
I was just saying, this is what you're going to be eating every day.
Marco's
in jail.
pizza, hot wings.
He's already thought this about.
It's like a big array. Some sea salt cookies that Taylor makes.
Those
That'd be
are
good.
Taylor's cookies are on your death row.
they were
Dude, honestly,
phenomenal.
Taylor's Oreo ball. I'd put that on that was good.
Yeah.
That'd probably be on mine too.
Taylor can bake.
She can.
See, I want to say like, oh, steakhouse with the lobster and stuff, but I'm just a simple man, dude. If you corn dog, a couple of corn dogs and some like fucking Kraft powder mac and cheese.
Interesting shaped foods.
All the best kinds. Yeah, I think, dude, that's sometimes you can't beat the clock. Like, that's the basics.
Corn dog and mac and cheese.
Sometimes it's good.
Mine would be sour strips, steak from Mastro's with some A1 sauce. Then I'd want a Domino's pizza, but I would need 5 executives from Domino's to go to that Domino's to make sure that it's cooked perfectly. Because like 50% of the time I get a Domino's pizza and it's fucking terrible. But the 50% of the time that you do get it perfect, it's great. So I need a perfect pizza. I just want like a little bites of everything. I don't want like the whole.
No,
I don't
you can't do that. You got to pick a meal.
Oh, just
It's not a buffet.
Oh, see, I was doing a buffet.
You had like three items is okay. You can't just fucking ask for.
Christian's
one
like
of
about to
everything.
die. I can't get whatever I want.
Dude, corn dog with mustard. You're gonna tell me you don't? That doesn't sound good.
No, corn dog is good, dude.
I actually get upset sometimes when like someone says they're making mac and cheese and then it's like baked with breadcrumbs. I'm like, no. I just want like the basic. Like sometimes I just want the boxed mac and cheese. I don't want like caviar infused lobster mac. Like no, just give me.
Look, we understand that snakes and sparklers are the only things you like.
Really.
Yeah,
That's
it. I mean,
Nice.
there was more, but they're like really like
Deep.
like long. We don't ain't about it.
What's your motivation?
Yeah, there was kind of like in that,
Yeah.
but we can save all those for the next pods. Okay, I want to start asking this at the end. How did you feel about this episode?
I thought this was a solid 7.
Oh, what? The last one we did together, I was geeking out, laughing hard, rewatching it back.
How'd it
That was
do?
like a 9, 10.
It was like a 4.
This one's good. I give this one a hard 6.
I think we spent too long on the political stuff.
We didn't really talk about political anything.
The whole first half.
It was Doge. It's not politics.
Yes, it is.
If we get okay, all right.
That's right.
Do y'all watch the podcast back? I know you do because Joe always.
Sometimes I listen
Joe
to it.
always finds out when I
I
cut
do
stuff
too
out.
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes Max cuts shit and I'm mad about it because
I
like in last one, what I
I
said
cut-
was funny. It would have been way funnier if y'all heard the shit I said before I said that.
I cut out the credit card, the credit card. Yeah, the credit
Customer
card.
support people.
Yeah, I cut out
And then
stuff.
I said some shit after that linked
So
back in.
you have a guy manipulating the storyline.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
playing fucking 4D chess with my jokes, and he's cutting it out, and now it doesn't really
no,
link back.
it's because some of the shit he says, I'm like, Joe.
That
I'm like,
wasn't bad.
in my mind, I'm saving Joe.
that didn't save me.
I'm
at
not
all.
cutting it out because I'm stressed. I'm like, bro, Joe, what you said is going to like.
It was
get
hilarious.
you
It's
people
not.
are going
It's
to be
not.
angry
It's
at
not. What's
you.
going to happen? We don't.
I
ship,
say you don't
We
cut
don't ship
anything.
any cabinets to bang.
I never cut
Bangladesh.
anything you said. I just cut
We'll be
anything
all
stuff
right.
he says.
I promise. It'll
And
be
it's not
okay.
about stuff he says about you or me. It's like just comments that he makes. And I'm like, Joe, this is gonna backfire.
Soft. You're soft as baby shit, Max. Yeah.
So okay, so from now on out, no cutting.
Thank
no,
you.
No cutsies. Are we gonna film next week? Are we back?
Yeah.
Are you traveling? You were gone for like
Is anyone
2 months.
traveling?
I'm in next week.
I'm going to Vegas next week or 2 weeks. 12
Okay.
days from now.
We can't keep going 3 weeks between these.
But I'm only gone for like 4 days, so we're good.
All right. Well,
Christian traveled the world for like a month.
Yep.
that's true.
Wait, when you go to the White House?
I go Germany on April 10th and then White House on the May 10th.
Well, we're gonna film podcast in between that. That's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell. If you're on any sort of podcast streaming service, give us a 5-star review. Don't know what it does, but I think it helps. New episodes every single Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, unless you don't get one. Hit him with the... Oh, he left. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips and ever forward. Woof!